companies who are looking at a whistleblower complaint need to understand that the SEC in particular is going to be scrutinizing in hindsight how a company deals with a whistleblower complaint. Should they get interested, should they find out about a particular matter and get interested, they're going to be looking not only at the underlying conduct that the whistleblower is complaining of, but they're going to look at see how the company, whether the company had good compliance programs up front, and then how the company dealt with the whistleblower when that person came forward. Did they in any way retaliate against the whistleblower? That will be one of the first things they look at. The SEC has filed 3 cases so far alleging retaliation against whistleblowers. And they've said that they're, in every case, they're going to be making that evaluation, and that they're very interested in bringing additional cases against companies who they think are chilling a potential whistleblower. And retaliation is not just firing somebody. That's kind of what people think when they hear retaliation, but it can be really as little as moving a person out of their normal job responsibilities, even if they haven't suffered a loss of salary or other benefits. The SEC filed a case alleging just that a couple years ago. So I think companies need to be especially sensitive to how they treat people who come forward with complaints. The companies with robust whistleblower programs understand that they need to take everything seriously. They can't overreact when somebody comes forward. And you can't do a full-scale investigation every time. If it's not appropriate, they shouldn't do it. But they have to ensure that, at the very least, that they don't retaliate against whistleblowers. At the end of the day, the government's going to scrutinize how a company responds to a whistleblower, and it's going to affect a lot of different things. It's going to affect, in the first instance, maybe whether the SEC even opens its own investigation. If a company has dealt with an allegation and has proven it to be not credible, and the SEC is satisfied with the company's response, they very well might not open an investigation of their own. It could affect if, at the end of the day, there is the whistleblower does point to problems at the company. At the end of the day, how the company responded to the initial complaint could affect what kind of cooperation credit the company gets. It can affect, for a whistleblower, what kind of payout eventually the government gives a whistleblower. It can affect how the SEC and other government agencies look at that company for other unrelated conduct. If a company gets a reputation as not treating, not having good compliance programs and not having a good whistleblower program, it's going to spill over into maybe the next thing the government may be looking at the company for in completely unrelated areas. So it's important to demonstrate to the government that companies are trying to be good corporate citizens, and the one way they can demonstrate that is in how they treat whistleblower complaints.